Hey YouTube, here Twig here, bringing you all an update to my Impcantation Yugioh deck profile for post-Dark Neostorm. Wanted to do an update to the deck since we received a new ritual monster and a new field spell to support the incantation monsters in the latest booster set. It's a really fun deck if you're a fan of decks that can ritual summon quite a lot and it's the main focus of the deck, then the incantation deck is definitely for you. We have all the different effect monsters plus my choice of generic ritual monster for backup for the two incantation ritual monsters that we already have for the deck as well. So let's go ahead and get started with the deck profile. So to start off, for the ritual monsters, I run 3 of the Crealtar, the Incantation Originator. With this one, you can ritual summon this card with Incantation Inception, and during the main phase, quick effect, you can reveal this card in your hand to discard 1 card, and then special summon Incantation monsters from your graveyard whose total levels equal 10, but shuffle them into the deck during the end phase. You can only use this effect of Crealtar once per turn. And non-ritual incantation monsters you control gain 2,000 attack, but their effects are negated. So being able to bump up your incantation monsters, which normally have 0 attack, definitely does come in handy for some pressure plays against your opponent. But the effect negation also does help for some of their limitations as well that you have for their special summons. But I like 3 Crealtar just for more of a powerhouse ritual to go into for sure. Also having that setup you can do with your incantations in the graveyard as well. But for a lot of my other plays, I still like the 3 Incantation Chalice Slime, your lower level ritual monster. You can ritual summon this card with Incantation Inception, and you can reveal this card in your hand and discard 1 card if you do special summon 1 Incantation monster from your deck. Also during the end phase, lose 2,500 life points if you did not special summon a ritual monster this turn after it resolved, which most of the time you'll end up doing for the fact that you'll want to summon this card out onto the field. You can send 1 incantation card from your hand or face them on the field of the graveyard to target 1 monster your opponent controls and destroy it. You can only use 1 Incantation Chalice Slime effect per turn, only once that turn. So when you have the ritual monster on the field, you have that destruction power, which definitely does come in handy for taking care of a lot of your opponent's pesky cards. But you also have the option to set up your ritual plays with this card in the hand. So it definitely does come in handy and work well with your other incantation monsters. And I also run 2 Saravis, the Ancient and Ascended. You can ritual summon this card with Sprite's Blessing, and during either player's turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a monster you control, you can discard this card to negate the activation, and during either player's turn, when your opponent would special summon a monster or monsters, you can return this card from your field to the hand to negate the special summon. If you do, banish that monster. I like this card solely for the fact that it has such negation power either from the hand or from the field. It's also very powerful and generic as well to run with the other rituals. If you want to try out some other rituals, you can try out Relinquish, Saphira, you name it. Both work very, very well with the deck and the monsters you run for soul ritual plays that work with other generic monsters. And that's it for the ritual monsters. For the effect monsters, for the incantations, I run 3 Incantation Candle. You can reveal 1 ritual spell in your hand to special summon both this card from your hand and 1 incantation monster from your deck, except for Candle. If this card is special summoned from the deck, you can add 1 ritual spell from your deck to your hand. You can only use the effect of Candle's effect once per turn, and only once that turn. And you can add special summon monsters from the extra deck. So very helpful if just for setting up to search for your ritual spell. And it also shares the special summon limitation, but also the search, just like with your incantation Talismandra, which I also run 3 of. I find Candle and Talismandra just to be the most consistent incantations at 3 for the effect monsters, for the sole fact that they search from the deck, with Talismandra being able to reveal a ritual monster from your hand to special summon 1 from your this card from the hand, then also special summon 1 from the deck. But when it itself is special summoned, you can search the ritual monsters. So basically the exact opposite of Candle, since Candle searches out the ritual spell and this one searches out the monsters. So both very helpful depending on what you need for that specific situation. For the 2 ofs, I run 2 Incantation Pencil Plume. Another reveal ritual monster from the hand to special summon both this and 1 incantation from your deck. This one, if it's special summon, you can recycle ritual monsters from the graveyard and add to the hand. So it's why I only run 2 of this card, for the fact that you might not always have your graveyard set up like you do the deck, which is always searchable for cards early game and late game. So just 2 of this, and also 2 Impcantation Bookstone for the same reason, with Bookstone being able to reveal Ritual Spell to special summon both this card and then 1 Incantation from the deck, and also being able to recycle the Ritual Spells from your graveyard as well. Like I said with the other cards, running 2 of these is just solely for the fact that your graveyard might not always be set up if you open up these cards early game, as well as the fact that Impcantation Talismandra and Impcantation Candle will always have the search options available to you from the deck to use with these cards. And that's it for the Incantation monsters. For more of the generic monsters, I run 3 Manju of the 10,000 Hands, just being able to add a ritual monster or ritual spell from your deck to your hand. This card is your normal summon to go to for that fact. I can search out whatever you need, and also set up the other incantations in your hand depending on what you need to reveal for them as well. And I also like to run 2 Blackluster Soldier Envoy of the Beginning, a powerhouse card for the fact that, yes, you can negate the special summon effects with Krialtar for your incantation monsters, but if you don't have that option available to you and you still have your graveyard set up, Blackluster Soldier Envoy of the Beginning makes a great powerhouse for the main deck, just being able to take care of your opponent's cards. Another 3,000 attack by monster, and we run a good number of light and dark cards in the deck to use with this card. And then for additional hand traps as well, I have 2 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, and 2 Effect Veiler. Now, Ash Blossom is a fire type monster, so if you wanted to combo more off with Blackluster Soldier, you can try out some other hand taps that have the dark attribute to mix well with the Effect Veiler, but Ash Blossom definitely does come in handy just for the search prevention for your opponent, which is why I decided to keep it into the deck myself. We have plenty of darks with the the rituals and just the incantations themselves to go very well with the deck, so I don't think you'll really have a problem with Blackluster Soldier if you do keep Ash Blossom in the deck. And that is it for the monsters. For the spells, I run 3 Incantation Inception. With this one, it can be used to ritual summon any ritual monster, but you must also tribute incantation monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equal or exceed the level of the ritual monster you ritual summon. If this card is in your graveyard, you can send 1 incantation card from your hand or face it on the field of the graveyard, except for Inception, to special summon 1 incantation monster from your deck, then add this card from your graveyard to your hand. You can only use this effect of Inception once per turn, so being able to ritual summon out any of the rituals we run in the deck, but also have that recycle power from the graveyard, definitely does come in handy for a definite 3 of for this card in the deck. And then for our new incantation spell from Dark Neostorm, 3 Incantation Thanatosis. When this card is activated, you can reveal 1 incantation monster in your hand and special summon 2 monsters with that monster's name from your deck. Then shuffle the revealed monster into the deck. And once per turn, if a ritual monster is special summoned to your field, except during the damage step, you can target 1 card on the field, destroy it. You can only activate 1 Incantation Thanatosis per turn. So you just have that special summon option with this card when it's activated, and then just having that additional option. This is the one card I considered putting Pencil Plume and also Bookstone to 3 just for that special summon option. If I were to do that, I would take out 1 of the hand trap duos in the deck for that number, more likely Ash Blossom for the light and dark plays for Blackluster Soldier, like I specified before. But that's completely optional because most of the time I'd like to go for Candle or Talismandra most of the time with this card anyway. And I also run 3 Preparation of Rites, just easy search for a level 7 or lower ritual, and then adding a ritual spell from the graveyard to your hand. Recycle power definitely does come in handy with this card for sure in the deck. And I also run 2 Terraforming. This is just for the fact that we search out Thanatosis, which is definitely helpful for that special summon effect when activated for sure as well. And then just having the destruction capabilities to combo Thanatosis with Chalice Slime. So when you get these both on the field as fast as you can, it's another definite play that you want to make use of very quickly on the field. I don't have pre-preparation of rights in the deck because of the search requirements for it. If you ran cards that were more specific with the ritual spells, like Relinquished or Saphira like I specified. Sprite's Blessing doesn't have Saravis in the card name. This card can be used to ritual summon any light ritual monster. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field whose total levels are equal to the level of the ritual monster you ritual summon. Since it doesn't have the name, it doesn't work as well with pre-preparation of rites, but if you did run a monster that does have the name, you could take out either the terraformings or, once again, move around your hand trap combos for the pre-preps if you did wish to run those as well. But like I said, sadly, the generic names don't really apply as much in the deck. That's why I decided not to run them for this version. But that is it for the main deck. Now moving on to the extra deck. I run 2 Wee Witch's Apprentice and 2 Hit Potion Engen. When you can use your extra deck, just a good option to go for, to recycle a lot of cards from your graveyard back to your hand as well. Just remember that Originator, with its effect negation for your incantations, stops their effects, but also gives you the benefit of using, your extra deck. So very, very helpful there for sure, and definitely needed for the recycle power for the deck. And I also run, just for more generics, 1 Underclock Taker, 1 Security Dragon, 1 Nightmare Cerberus, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 Land Fornicus, 1 Topologic Trisbana, 1 Saryuja, and 1 Borreload. Like I said, when you can activate and go from the extra deck, it's very useful to have. And then for the Exceed monsters, just 1 Baguska, 1 Abyss Dweller, and 1 Leviair for a couple Exceed plays when you can make them. But that is it for the deck. I hope you all enjoyed the deck profile. Like I said, definitely do give the deck a try if you're a big fan of rituals. It's a very fun deck for sure to play, just very quickly to go through the deck with all the plays you can do as well. But until next time, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And Kira Twig out.